Hello guys, how are we doing? Today we are once again checking out arguably the best Kha'Zix in the world, Mr. Qiuyi. So I believe Qiuyi has been doing some climbing and he's managed to reach Challenger with a brand new build of his that has been using every single game. This build is so well thought out and so nasty that I absolutely want to give it a try and see how it goes. And the way Qiuyi pilots Kha'Zix with this setup is simply gorgeous. I can't wait to show you guys. And yeah, if you want to see more of Qiuyi, he has a channel that you can go to. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the best Kha'Zix content out there. Also, if you like my stuff and want to support me, then simply dropping a like on the video helps out a ton. Very much appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into this game on Qiuyi's Kha'Zix. Alright, here we go. It's time to watch Qiuyi back at it again with his Kha'Zix. I'm sorry if I sound a bit off. I've been like extremely ill this past couple weeks, but you know, hopefully I get better soon. God damn it. Anyway, we are looking at Qiuyi once again, and he's running a new build that has taken him all the way to Challenger, I believe. I think his like past couple videos have been in Challenger, and that's been really cool. And yeah, he's just been using this build pretty much all the time. Electrocute with Legend Haste Coup de Grace, and it's just been I mean I've been following it right from the start as soon as he's been using this, and it's just so damn nice. And you'll see why this game, it's just such a consistent early game page. And yeah, something you'll notice here is he started blue. So he's gone 4 camps, and now he's going to invade. He's invading a Silas here. So Silas is just notoriously a pretty poo-poo clearer. And as you can see, he's there. I actually have no idea how he knows the Silas is there, because he's level 2. The Silas is level 2 there. I think Silas went for he tried to go for the 3 camp. Probably Red Raptor's Gromp there, but he doesn't actually get the Gromp, which is pretty sad. That just goes to show how shit of a clearer Silas is. Just doesn't really clear that fast at all. So he's actually going to get a nice advantage there, and he's just kind of hanging around here, looking to potentially go for another invade here. And let's see what he can do. Silas is, has vision, so there's not much he's going to be able to do here. It's just going to apply pressure here, and this is pretty good. I mean, this is a hard win in the 1v1. This is a hard jungle cup. Because this poor Silas just cannot do anything. And he's got such a strong early game page, so he can fight very easily. So he's going to try and get this. Top laner dies, so now looks like enemy team is going to try and collapse, but he should be able to get this blue, no issues. Boom, gets it, level 4. It's still a 1v1, so he's going to be chilling here. How the fuck did Silas get level 3 there? No one knows. Blood Rose, maybe? I don't know. And yeah, he's just chilling, holding his leap, tries to go for the leap onto the Silas, misses. It's an absolute shitfest. What's going on? Poor Malphite getting destroyed here. Managed to find Isolate Q on volley. Gonna kite away here. Dies to the Yone. Could probably flash that over the wall, but you know, it is what it is. And overall, that's pretty worth it because you deny Silas so much there. And I think it's just an even 2-for-2 trade on both sides. Yeah, both mid laners got 2 kills. Both top laners died. Both junglers died. Wow, that's a crazy fight right there. God damn. And something you'll notice here, right, is he goes Rectrix first a lot of the time. I am so interested in this because people always talk about lethality, you know, having that early Dirk spike being, you know, crazy and, you know, super nice to have. Finds a kill here. Very nice. But Qiuyi doesn't seem to care, and the Rectrix just gives you that extra bit of move speed in order to, you know, find the kills you're looking for. And, you know, just move around the map faster, which I think is fucking great. Especially if you're not going to be buying boots early. He goes for this. Misses the kill by a little bit. Has to flash to secure it. Goes down. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And, I mean, there, maybe he gets a kill with the... if you just bought Dirk there, right? But no, yeah, the Rectrix first is definitely interesting, and it is something I want to try, because you know the potential is pretty crazy there with the flat move speed in the early game. But yeah, So he's gonna go back onto the map, onto his red. Hasn't even taken this yet. He's just been playing like giga aggressive, which is really, really good. And now he's gonna try and most likely just try and get his camps on cooldown. He's done a bit of counter jungling. He's got 2 kills. Like, this is a great spot for a Kha'Zix to be in. Absolutely great. And while he's clearing, right, he's pinging the jungle. He's pinging the bot side tribush in case the Sylas is there, because it's pretty likely that the Sylas will be there. You know, Sylas just generally wants to. Sylas generally doesn't clear too much and just goes for ganks. So he's obviously aware of this and is trying to protect his laners from a potential gank here. And yeah, all he really needs to do now is just clear. Hell yeah, boy. Kill goes to the Thresh in the bot lane. That's cool. And we're just chilling. So his first item will obviously be Ghostblade, right? With the Rectrix. Pretty much goes Ghostblade like every single game. For good reason, right? For absolutely good reason. He goes Ghostblade first. So in the early game, it's nothing crazy. Nothing too out of the, out of nowhere, like crazy Kha'Zix build. But yeah, it's just a very, very consistent build. Yeah. Electrocute with coup de grace is such a strong early game combo. So you have sudden impact too, so you really do have like an insane amount of like burst early game. I think it's definitely the strongest page you can possibly run. I mean, you can run Halo Blades instead, but no one ever runs Halo Blades aside from, well, me, I guess. So yeah, he's gonna jump over the wall. He's looking for Sylas here, doesn't find him, but he does instead find a really nice gank opportunity here. He's going to just instantly press his R here and move up fast so that he can start DPSing the Ashe. And then she's going to go down. Lux will go down as well. And then the insta recall. I love this. I love this so much. He just does not care about Dragon. Yeah, it's the obvious choice to just go straight for the Dragon here. But instead he recalls, picks up the Yumu's Ghostblade, and he's now just pinging the Void Grubs, right? Because Sylas is obviously not bot side. Where the hell is Sylas going to be? He's going to be on Grubs because he thinks that, Grubs is free because Kha'Zix is bot side, right? So he instead does the exact opposite of what they're expecting him to do. And he picks up the Ghostblade, runs over, boom, jumps on the Sylas, kills him. Oh, it's so beautiful, man. This was such a great play. So good. Picks up another kill for himself. Sylas does get 1 grub, but, who the fuck cares? He gets a kill out of that. And, he's going to be able to secure the other 2 grubs here as well. Very fucking good. And this is just like knowing your limits, right? Knowing your champ, knowing the jungle knowledge right there. Being able to capitalize off that opportunity. He gets a really nice dive off here with the Malphite. Ulti just WEQs and kills him. So very cool. And now with Volibear dead, like he has full control of this. Like, I would be rage quitting if I was a Sylas, man. It's just so, like, what do you even do? Okay, maybe it's actually contestable from Sylas. No, probably not. I mean, gets the, not really much the Sylas can do, like, at all. He tries, but it's just not enough. Gets the blue as well. I mean, it's so over. It's so over. It's such a good spot for Qiuyi right now. And looks like, in this situation, you have nothing up. You have 0 gap closes up. You don't have Vorticell, you don't have Flash. You want to just go and clear now, except he doesn't go to the Raptors. Instead, he just immediately recalls. I love this as well. Just great jungling in general. Not caring too much about camps because he doesn't need to match CS against Sylas. He doesn't need to farm that much. And instead, he's just going to recall, pick the Dirk, run straight down bot side, ping the Tribush as well in case Sylas goes there, which he definitely will. And now he's just going to go back onto the map with his items and try and, contest Sylas, basically. Now you can see his second item does involve a Dirk. And he is going to go Umbral Glaive second. This is his build, man. It's so good. Alright. I'll touch more on it in a bit. But yeah, he's going to start the Dragon. There's really nothing the enemy team can do here. Oh my god, Sylas is fucking mad. Never mind. Sylas is insane at the game. Suicides for the Dragon. Manages to secure it. What is Yone doing? couldn't tell you. Let him cook. Or don't. Probably don't. But he's going to get another kill there. Very cool. Take the crab. Retreat into the enemy jungle. Not enemy jungle. What am I saying? Into his jungle. Go for camps. I'm wondering why he didn't take the Gromp here. Definitely curious to me. But, you know, it seems like he's just like trying to be as quick as possible in regards to his pathing. And okay, this makes a lot more sense. Just gonna pick up his camps along the way into the enemy jungle. So that makes sense why he didn't go for the Gromp there. And instead he's just gonna go straight. Oh, look who it is! Yeah, this guy cannot do anything. Rightfully so, Qiuyi's just asserting full control over like the entire map, the entire jungle, and the Silas just cannot really do anything by himself. So very good stuff. And he's going to pick up both the camps in the enemy jungle, and looks like he's just waiting here potentially for the Volibear respawn. This is interesting. Okay. So he jumps over the wall into the bush, through the gap of vision. And we'll see what he can do against the volley here. He doesn't have R here. He actually has to be a little bit careful. Ooh. Oh my god, get stat checked. Akali, unfortunately, is just not in the vicinity to... she doesn't really join in on the fight there, which is unfortunate. So he's going to get stat checked hard. Akali will get the kill. A bit unfortunate, but really good for Akali overall. Yeah, so Umbral Glaive second. Amazing item. Such a good item, man. And, yeah, makes me want to run it. Umbral Glaive, such a cheap item spike. Really, really efficient to do this build. You get your second item really quick. 2,500 gold. You get ability haste, lethality, and a vision passive, which is immaculate. Yeah, such a good build. Really, really good. And because Qiuyi really loves Profane Hydra, Qiuyi tries to run Profane in pretty much every game he plays. This is a great like lead up into the Profane, because you could just have such good stats, so that the build path for Profane is a lot less forgiving when you have this sort of build. But yeah, he's going to find a good opportunity here, kill the Lux, and doesn't really have anything else up, so most likely just going to chill. Look at that Umbral Glaive value, instantly kills the ward, cannot fucking contest the bush here in any situation. Very good stuff. And yeah, he's just playing so fucking forward. It's beautiful. Will he go on the Silas here? Okay, goes to the flash. WEQ auto attack. Boom. Instantly explodes him with the electrocute. And the coup de grace. Really deadly combination, man. Give this build a... Like, if you haven't given this a try, definitely give it a try, because it is one of the most consistent pages you can run. You can obviously substitute the electrocute for Dark Harvest or Hail Blades. But the thing about electrocute is that it's always just consistent burst, like no matter what. And that makes it really deadly for the early game. And it's really deadly in just like single target fights where, you know, you just want to blow someone up, right? Electrocute we'll deal just the quickest amount of damage, you know. You don't have to like auto attack like you do with Hail Blades. You don't have to get them below 50% like you do with Dark Harvest. It's just like really consistent burst, and it's just great. And yeah, so he's going to take the enemy jungle again. He's not even taking his own camps at this point. Like at this point, he's just has so much control that he's trying to deny Silas pretty much every bit of, you know, CS that he can get. Secures the kill on Volibear. The second evolution will be R. QR is pretty standard. I'm not really talking about evolutions because it's just not really much to talk about right now. Like, you just run Q evolve into R. Like, it's so simple. Definitely just the two greatest evolutions in the meta at the moment. And yeah, it's just so good for fighting and just everything, really. So I don't really talk about evolutions anymore. I mean, yeah, the answer's pretty obvious. QR, super goddamn consistent. If you want, you can go E second if you're like really fed. And if you need to, you can go W second. But, you know, Q generally, I think pretty much everyone's running Q first because it's just like too important right now. Without Q very first, like Kha'Zix just kind of he's just he's a lot slower than he should be, you know? Look at how fast you can clear your camps with the Qiuyi. But yeah, so he's just clearing now. We're chilling. Just taking his topside camps before you inevitably recalls, right? And 2500 gold, he will be able to get Profane. Boom. So yeah, Profane as the third item here is fucking beautiful, as I was saying. Especially paired with the Electrocute and all these like damage runes. The combo, the sheer amount of burst that you can deal without even auto-attacking with your unseen threat is really underrated. And I think Profane counts towards the Electrocute proc as well, if I'm not mistaken. So you can just E Profane Q and then it'll proc Electrocute. And that combo is absolutely ridiculous in a lot of cases. But yeah, let's see Silas just get yeah, just Silas get fucking blown up by, like, how many sources of damage does that? Okay, so we got Electrocute, Sudden Impact. Wait, no, he didn't use some Sudden Impact there. Electrocute, Coup de Grace, Profane, and all his abilities. So it's like it's like 5 sources of damage right there, just completely annihilating Silas. And yeah, you can tell this is a very, very consistent build. You moves for the early move speed, Umbral Glaive to transition into the Profane. And like Profane is like your Giga luxury 3-item power spike, which is just, you know, once you hit that Profane, it's just kind of doomed the enemy team. If they're squishy, really nothing they can do. Lux, absolutely no chance. Gonna drop the Herald here, and we'll most likely just push the bot lane tower. Volibear and Silas are here, so let's see if anything happens. See if anything funky happens. Let's see if Silas Volibear takes 2v4. Oh my god. These guys should be dead, like if the bot lane walks up here. But, you know, this is what it is. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Wait, that's hilarious. Okay, so he gets jumped by Double Bruiser. Volibear just sneaking in the bush like a little rat. Without his Void Assault, he's just kind of doomed. Not able to do anything. Gets stat checked. Goodbye. And yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Okay, so another thing to note here is that he just doesn't buy boots. So, I mean, I think if he's backs on the right amount of gold, then he'll buy boots. But generally, like, just having the move speed from Yumu's is enough to keep you mobile enough to not have to buy boots. Because boots, like, just getting boots is really just shit. It's such a waste of gold in a lot of cases. You only get 10 haste from it, and like that's about it. So yeah, for the price, like, it's often just not worth it, and just better to run, just try and, you know, get your items as fast as you can, and then just rely on your moves for the move speed. So that's what he's going to do now. With his 3-item spike, he's going to pick up another Dirk, start clearing, get spotted by the Ash Hawk, and, you know, immediately you're just going to walk up. Start walking up and start looking for kills. Here is the Silas. Let's see if he dies here. Absolutely. No real chance with the lead he has now, regardless of what items you have here. Pretty sure you just one-shot him. And, okay, he tries to go for the isolation there, but he misses it as the minion wave comes through. Leap comes up though, so E, Profane Q, dies. Goodbye, Ash. But he is going to go down. Yeah, you can see the sheer amount of damage that the initial combo with E and Profane and Q, like, does. It's just so insane that a lot of the times when Qiuyi jumps in, he just doesn't even, like, he doesn't even need to auto a lot of the time, because he has so many, like, different sources of damage that it's often enough to just, like, kill enemies outright. But yeah, alright, so he's finally going to pick up the boots. I guess that's fine, because he just doesn't really have anything else to do to purchase. So this last item, right, it's a serrated Dirk, so it'll probably be Edge of Night or Opportunity. I think both are fine, but I think Opportunity is very overkill in this situation. I don't actually know what he runs here, but I'm assuming, like, see, like, in this situation, buying a complete item from the Dirk is not actually all that great, because he's missing Ceruldas. So what I would do is I would just sit on the Last Whisper here, and go from there. he's gonna keep going here. You can see no isolation. It really doesn't fucking matter. People that say, oh, well, I can't do damage because I don't have isolation. Look no further, guys. You have like 5 different sources of non-isolated, like 5 different sources of damage that don't rely on isolation. You have Electrocute, Coup de Grace, Sudden Impact, the W, your Unseen Threat, like so many things that allow you to one-shot even without ISO. So, yeah, part of what makes a Kha'Zix so great is just... Part of what makes a good Kha'Zix is knowing how to play around games where you don't have isolation. But, yeah, we're going to be able to take the Atakan there, and he's going to evolve his leap, obviously. QRE, it's like the greatest. Can't really go wrong. If you evolve W and you're this fed, you're trolling. But, yeah, so we're going to recall here. Looks like he wants to get opportunity. Okay, no. Okay, so he's going to do what I said he would do, which is to pick up the Last Whisper, which is great. Yeah, just sitting on a Dirk and going into the Last Whisper is often a really good choice because, let's be honest, like buying Edge of Night just doesn't really do all that much for your damage. And, you know, you would much rather have the Armor Pen from Cerulda's in this case, just trying to penetrate through that armor. Make sure you don't fall off, because the thing about this build with Electrocute and Precision is that it does fall off. Like, it does fall off harder than most builds, right? You don't have Dark Harvest, you don't have Absolute Scanning Storm. No real scaling out of any of your items or, you know, just anything in this build, really. So, you got to rely on just that upfront burst to secure kills, get picks, and yeah, just try and close out games with the picks. Yeah. It's not like a real hard Dark Harvest scaling build with Gathering Storm. So instead, you have to kind of win the early game. Otherwise, this build will actually feel... Like, if you're not doing anything early game with this build, it will actually feel kind of weak. But, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying... Look at that shit, bro. I don't know if you noticed what he did there. Okay, so E... So what he did there was, I believe he used Profane there. So E, Profane, WQ. Fight is still going on here. Let's see if we can do anything. Tries to go on the volley. Just barely gets him. And yeah, enemy team has no chance here. So I want to talk about that. What he just did to the Lux there. Or the Ashe, or whoever it was. So oftentimes, what I've seen Qiuyi do is he just WQs. So some people might know about the buffer mechanic with W. So if you use W during your E, when you land, W will immediately be cast. If you use yeah, so that's exactly what he did there, right? So EW, and that way when he lands, the W comes out immediately. EWQ instantly procs Electrocute, and that alone is just like insane amounts of damage, right? And then you pair that with Profane, and you just kind of fucking blow people up. It's fun. I don't really see anyone else doing this. Qiuyi is the only person I ever really see using the W buffer mechanic for like a combo for damage. But yeah, good lord, what the fuck? EQW, enough to just outright blow him up. Goodbye, catch you later. Doing his rounds in the enemy jungle, taking everything. Pretty much just waiting for Baron here, I would say. There's not really much the enemy team can do here. Is the Baron still really not up? It's so crazy. I feel like it should spawn earlier. Because if Baron was up here, obviously 100%, like, we just take it. We just take it, but for some reason 25 minutes is just... You know, it's always 25 minutes, unfortunately. And so, a lot of the time, you just kind of have to wait for it to spawn. And now it's finally up, so we're just going to go on it straight away. Cool beans. He's actually just going to be able to solo it with Thresh. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of damage. I didn't realize he has Cerulda's, so he's going to be able to just melt this. Kha'Zix is probably one of the greatest at taking Barons. And as you can see, you know, the allegations are true. But yeah, we're going to pretty much just use the Baron and try end the game now, I would assume. There's really not much the enemy team can do, so I would assume that we just try and push, and pretty much just one-shot everyone because they're so squishy. Now, yeah, remember, guys, this is a build that took him to Challenger. So this is a very, very good fucking build. So give it a try if you haven't yet. Gonna R-evolve from the Fog of War jump. Oh my god. That's a ridiculous damage. Just going heck crazy with the leaps. Managed to kill the Thresh. Avoiding the stun from the volley. Trying not to get stat checked. Not gonna matter at this point. He's just too strong. Smolder scaled as well. And he's just gonna blow everyone up. And that looks to be the game in this. Yeah, that looks to be it. There's a poor little Ashe sitting under the Nexus. What can she do? Not much at all. Goodness gracious. E, Profane, Q, like that's what I'm saying. Doesn't even need to auto. It's gonna be the game, guys. Check out Qiuyi. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.